Earlier this week, I put a video up with the sole purpose of solving a number station mystery that's been bugging me and lots of other numbers enthusiasts for decades. I'm referring to G23, also known as Hitler's birthday. There's no information out there on it whatsoever, and it's been the case online at least since 1994. The only information we have was that it was an extremely rare number station and that it was broadcast on Hitler's birthday, April the 20th. We know it appeared on 4773 kHz, but that's about it. No recordings exist of G23, so we don't know anything about its message content until now. David and Costas emailed me late the other night with some information I was looking for from the now scarce Langley Pierce book Intercepting Number Stations from 1994. There's only been a handful of references to G23 online, such as the Enigma control list from 2006, the March 1999 copy of the French radio magazine Megahertz, Chris Smolinski's Numbers Racket CD-ROM from 1998, the January 1998 Numbers and Oddities newsletter, and the booklet in the CoNet Project CD set from 1997. The CoNet Project mentioned Langley Pierce, so I knew this book, one of 4 that he wrote, had to contain something, and it does. It gives us everything we need to know about G23. Langley Pierce states that 2M8 was a station operated by the Bundesnachrichtendienst, the foreign intelligence agency of Germany. He claims that G23 was the source of a series of special transmissions on the evening of April 20th, 1989, although we only have information on one. This marked the 100th anniversary of the birth of Adolf Hitler. He claims that this was one of the strangest transmissions ever to be broadcast from Germany, and that it appeared in the 60-meter band. Now, there's a conflict of information here because most sources claim that G23 was heard on 4773 kHz, but the 60-meter band is 5 MHz, so the transmission may have been just below the band. Pierce states that the transmission was continuous and lasted for over 1.5 hours, surely enough time to get the tape recorder going. I'm convinced that there must be a recording out there somewhere in someone's attic. I've spoken to some numbers veterans such as Chris Smolinski and Simon Mason, and they don't. Akin Fernandez came to the scene later on. Ari Boender mustn't because it would be on his website. Maybe Jochen Schaefer, a dedicated member of Enigma 2000, has a recording in his archives. I know his archive is extensive. Maybe someone who's watching this and knows him could ask the question. The transmission was emitted in LSB mode, and the structure of the broadcast is as follows. A preamble that consisted of 2M8 was repeated phonetically for 2 minutes. Next, the voice, whose gender isn't mentioned, said Achtung. This was followed by 101, 010, 30 repeated twice. Achtung again, followed by 10501, 023 repeated twice. The reader said Achtung once more, followed by 111, 01090 repeated twice. They repeated Achtung again, and a final set of numbers, 999, 02080, 02075. The operator signed off with the word Ender. This message structure is unfamiliar to me. I can't recall any other number station with a similar structure. The assumption that this was a standalone station in the Enigma control list appears to be correct. This was denoted by the letter O. The purpose of this transmission is unknown, but it clearly had nothing to do with Adolf Hitler. I'm guessing Langley Pierce was the one who was witness to the transmission, and put 2 and 2 together and got 5. As for the 2M8 preamble, the call sign 2M8 was tentatively linked to an unknown Czech embassy, although it seems unlikely that this would be the source or target of the G23 broadcast. The call sign format isn't consistent with those of the Czech Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So there you have it, that's the content of G23, the Hitler's birthday number station, after over 30 years.